Ho, ho, ho. Bitches and hoes. Bitches and hoes.
Yo.
Christmas hoes.
Christmas.
Welcome to a very festive episode.
It's Christmas.
Of the 50% Doctor Who podcast.
Woo! Christmas!
Festive theme. Yeah. That's all amazing. If you can't tell, we've put a bit of... Look at this set design. It's all... we're looking good, right? We've got Christmas hats. Christmas jumper. Connor, stand for us.
Sure. I'll do a 12.
Yeah, give us a 12. Right. This here is what you will call a UK Christmas, from my understanding.
From Boohoo UK.
Big jumper. Meanwhile, Connor is sweating, so I'm doing what you would call an Australian Christmas.
I love it.
You've got a festive hat.
Yeah.
Just a lovely shirt.
Got the old button up.
And the old button up. And no shoes.
I love it.
Very Aussie.
Very Aussie.
Very nice.
That's where we are. Australia.
So yeah, it's that time of year. Happy Christmas Eve, because if anyone's listening to this on Christmas Eve day, the day of release. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Connor, are you excited?
I like it. I like the fact that the episode drops on Christmas Eve. I love Christmas specials, and I love the fact that it drops on Christmas Eve. It makes me feel good about myself and what I'm doing in my life.
That's right.
2 episodes in a week as well, because episode dropped today the 20th, Monday the 20th.
Yep.
So to have another one dropping in like, what, 4 days time, 3 days time is pretty cool.
Pew,
I love
pew.
it.
That's your very own Christmas present.
And this is the last episode for this year, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
That is correct.
That's correct. Okay, that's good, because that's how I've been promoting it on socials. So that would be awkward if it wasn't.
We have so much shit on this table.
This is it. You know, we're finishing with this. So
yeah, that's right.
I think that's great.
So if you're not watching the video on the 50% Doctor Who YouTube channel,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? Just come and have a look, just to appreciate this lovely effort. Shall we do a thumbnail shot? No, we'll save that for when we have some whiskey eggnog.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Speaking of which,
just like last year, which wasn't filmed, but we did do it. You could hear us talking about it. Whiskey eggnog is a bit of a tradition. I thought you wouldn't say yes to it again, because I thought you didn't like it last year.
I don't think I hated it.
You just didn't love it.
So it's not in my head. I don't remember what happened. I've erased it from my mind.
You don't have to have a lot. It's okay.
I'm just keen. Let's give it a crack. Give it a crack.
Sure.
So, Connor, for the listeners, for the viewers out here, we will get to Doctor Who in a second, by the way. How does one make a whiskey eggnog?
Well, many have different ways of doing it. Traditionally, it's by a stove, but we obviously haven't got that. So I just it's like pretty much just like a mixer, like a Coke or Sprite, or anything like that. Like you would mix Canadian Club with. You add the Canadian Club. And then you add the eggnog, or you add the eggnog, and then you add the Canadian Club. It's up to you, really. It's like how
about we do a bit of a cooking show for a second? Sure. Hold on. Let's. I'll adjust the frame of the camera so we can get a nice look. Would you like to pour me?
Sure.
Pour me. Okay.
I'll pour you some nog.
Hold the phone there for a second.
Before I nog it, are you going to zoom in?
Yeah, I'm going to zoom myself in.
Okay.
Listeners, you can hear me off microphone for the first time.
Yeah, I hadn't sorted that a gizmo out. Which is pretty handy.
You can now hear me. Okay, so Connor. Well, there we go. What's step one?
You get your nog, all right, and then you get your mug, and then you can do this. Oh yeah,
that is incredible.
And then you grab your Canadian Club, anything really. I mix it normally with some Johnny Walker, and then you take it off. Smell it first, make sure it's alcoholic.
How does it smell?
Pretty good, alcoholic, you know. And then you free pour. It's not my whiskey, so I won't take a lot. Put heaps in. and then Bob's your uncle.
Who's my uncle?
Bob.
Oh.
And then you got some nog ready to drink.
Love it.
Here's the taste test. Oh fuck, that's strong. It's good though. It's good.
Lovely. All right.
And that's it, really. That's literally it. It's like you're mixing it with some Coke or something. It's nice. I like it a lot. I drink it all the time for Christmas, but that's just me.
Lovely. I've only had it the one time on the show. That's it.
I got 4 of those yesterday, 4 of those eggnog cartons. So
wow.
Because I love it. So.
Lovely.
So yeah, go ahead.
Bang.
You can have as much or as little as you like. It's up to you.
Thank you, Chief.
Like I said, traditionally you should put it on the stove and mix it with the whiskey, but you know I do that normally at home. But
lovely.
You know.
So wait, so you go nog first before whiskey?
It's
that's something.
You do whatever you want, really.
All right, so whilst I'm pouring this bad boy, kind of, what's the episode? What are we talking about today?
Talking about Cold War today, which is pretty funny because cold. Christmas.
Is that enough eggnog?
Sure, yeah. It's literally as much as you want.
I'll go with that.
Really makes no difference.
Cold War, because Christmas.
Yeah, because of Christmas. It was time well. We kind of screwed up. We were going to try and do a Christmas episode like we did last year with Voyage of the Damned, but damn it, we messed up and we didn't do it right. So well, it didn't help the Flux happen. I feel like we could have probably timed it a bit better without Flux, but then
Flux fucked us up.
Genuinely,
because that's like 6 weeks of episodes there, so we would be on like Time of the Doctor.
Something
if it wasn't
that.
for Flux.
And we could have done like 2 episodes if we had to.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we did last year to meet it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but Cold War, so...
I'll give a crack of the old whiskey eggnog.
Go on.
I don't know. I don't hate it.
I think that's exactly what you said last year.
It's just a weird one, isn't it? It's just a bloody weird combination. A bit of a strong one as well.
Oh, fuck. I think I added too much, but yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's great. Like I said, I literally bought like 4 of these yesterday because I just love it, so...
Fair enough.
Are we meant to be paused on that thing?
Are we meant to be paused?
On that thing?
On what thing? Oh. Shit. Hold on. Let me amend this. I can fix this in post, don't you worry.
Okay.
But, sorry about that. We're back.
I love it.
We're back. Cool. Yeah, minor technical thing that no one will even know happened, but that's okay. Connor.
What were we saying?
I was getting the theme song ready.
Okay. We were going to review a Christmas episode, but we couldn't. So, Cold War still is pretty funny that we landed on that.
It is funny. To top off the really good sense of humor we have today is I cleaned out my my MacBook and deleted all the stings. They're on my main computer, which is over there, which I can't use right now. So,
okay,
I'll add them in post.
So, like the old days.
Ready for the theme?
I love it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
50% podcast. Hopefully we're in time with the music that I'm about to...
If not, it'd be a bit of a shame.
And a bit orkies. But also, that's the ride, isn't it?
It used to be like this. We've just so advanced these days.
Yeah, we look at us with technology that we don't know how to use.
Nope. Never works. What's the point of getting it all?
What's the point of being alive? All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls... cool show today. Very festive themed. Talking about Cold War. Probably talk a little bit about Christmas. And we have a lovely festive surprise coming for you and for Connor at the end of the show. So that's lovely.
Wow.
At least I don't think Connor knows.
I don't think so.
That's lovely.
I also got these for us, which is a very festive drink.
Is it festive?
Yeah, well, on my other podcast, For All Life, we do Beer of the Week, and Dan brought this in months ago, called Ginger Joe, and I remember drinking it being like, this is a very festive drink, so...
Interesting.
I got you one as well, because I thought I couldn't just leave you out, I'd just bring one in for myself and be like, this is really good, and not give you one.
What's so festive about it?
When you try it, I feel like you'll know, because it's like so gingerbready.
Oh, okay.
Consider gingerbread Christmas.
I'm just going to try it and then be like, oh, Christmas.
It'll just take you back.
I can taste the Christmas on my tongue.
Yeah, just like, it's like a very Christmassy drink. I could see myself in the UK next to a fire drinking it.
Okay.
It is quite high in alcohol. It's 3.2 standard drinks, so... yeah.
Let's get loosey-goosey.
That helps as well, yeah, a bit loosey-goose.
All right, so let's start talking about Cold War for a hot second. Because Cold War is the 8th episode of the 7th series of the British science fiction television series Doctor Who. It first aired on the BBC One on the 13th of April 2013 and was written by Mark Gatiss and directed by Douglas McKinnon. In the episode, alien time traveler, the Doctor, Matt Smith, and his companion, Clara Oswald, Jenna Louise Coleman, land on a... Excuse me, that's the eggnog. Soviet submarine in 1983 during the Cold War, where the Ice Warrior Grand Marshal Skaldak breaks loose and plots revenge against humanity. That's like the best summary I think we've had on here. That was nice.
Yeah.
Succinct, rolled off the tongue.
Yeah. Also, something funny is this is one of the... I think it's the shortest episode in New Who. Is that correct?
It's actually the shortest story of Doctor Who.
Ever. Okay, so ever. Not even including like...
Because like in classics, right, they're all... mainly like 4 and 6-parters. You do get the occasional 2-parter.
Yeah, right.
But even the 2-parters, which are usually about 24 minutes, that put together is like 48 minutes. Whereas this was like 41.50 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. So what's so funny about that is that we both today rushed to watch it.
Yeah.
And in my head, whenever I have time, I haven't got time to watch an episode, I'm always late to review it for the show in my like head before I come on and like watch it. I always think, if I ever am late to watch Cold War, at least it'll be the shortest episode. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what happened today.
Both of us. Yeah.
It was the shortest episode.
Yeah.
So there you go. It's like when they're Christmas episodes and I've fucking left it to watch them, they're a nightmare because they're an extra 15 minutes. So
yeah, I went to watch it this morning before work, but I just left it too late to put it on. And I was like, okay, so I'll need to get ready whilst watching it and leave the moment it finishes.
Yeah.
And then I was halfway through and I just I enjoyed it for the first 10 minutes. And then I could feel myself just drifting and getting a bit stressed and be like, okay, I need to start getting ready whilst watching it now. And I was just going to stop it. I'm just going to watch it when I get back.
Yeah.
Where were you? I like doing this these days. As a young boy, young Connor.
I didn't even ask that. And I don't know if I remember per se.
But I'll finish the question.
I'll go on.
Where...
Sorry. God.
Where were you when you were a kid wanting to watch this? Not physically, but mentally, spiritually.
What? Where was I mentally when I watched this?
On your life journey, going into this episode, what were you wanting from it? What were you...
I thought the episode idea looked awesome. I thought, like I said last week with Rings, I just wanted to see this episode. I thought it looked fucking sick. I love the idea of the base under siege and all the waters coming in. I love the coolest thing about the episode to me is the water aspect to it.
So cool, man.
It is really cool.
And really well done. Really. Didn't feel cheap.
No.
All, felt like a proper blockbuster kind of effects.
Yeah. I heard they got hosed down every time they walked into set, which is pretty sick.
Sick.
But yeah, I liked it. I just liked it because of that. I was like, this looks pretty cool. I had no... I knew the Ice Warriors obviously just from classics, but not from watching anything from it. So,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't remember where I was. I think I thought it looked cool. I couldn't give you a succinct answer as to what I thought.
I'm pretty much the exact same with that. I remember being very excited for it. I remember being not hugely disappointed, but not necessarily satisfied with it. But that was it. I considering I remember how excited I was for it, but it was weird. I don't remember where I was when I watched it.
Yeah, okay.
Which is odd.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, neither do I. Or Hyde. The next one I have a strong memory for is Journey.
Oh God.
Strong memory of that one.
That's gonna be great. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool, dude. A little input of festivities. Whoa! I've been impaled. What's the Strax reference?
I've
been impaled.
Yeah, by a fucking.
Yep.
I forget names when I'm recording. Words, names, everything.
Been impaled by words.
Yeah.
What I was going to ask was no. I just thought our conversation in the car was kind of interesting. Connor and I picked Connor up on the way here because Bev, so he can't drive.
Yep.
And I put on Song for 10, and Connor goes, "Love the cover."
Yeah.
Never knew that Song for 10 on the album by Neil Hannon. Is it? Never knew that was a cover.
Mm-hmm.
And Connor, what was your interesting story? Your interesting fact? Because I don't think we spoke about that on the Christmas Invasion episode.
I don't think I did actually. I was thinking about that a second ago. I just always knew that I was always like, oh, this song's awesome. And I would always go after watching the episode to check it on Spotify and hear that it was a cover. And then the only way you can find the original version is to go on YouTube, and a fan's just re-uploaded it. So it's not on Spotify or anything. I thought, because you've got the vinyl, you've got the OST vinyl.
I do have the OST vinyl.
I thought on that I had heard it was the same one from the
I'm pretty sure it's Neil Hannon. Yeah.
So I didn't know that. I thought it was the original. But yeah, it's different from the episode, and I don't know why, but it is. I don't know why.
Loves a Song for 10 cover.
But I love the original one so much. But I don't like the one that's on the soundtrack, which is controversial. So.
Really? So you don't like the one I just played in the car?
No, I always play the one on YouTube.
Damn, I was driving Connor, just fucking singing to myself, and Connor's just sat there with a knife.
I was like, this is a great cover, and you were like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
But yeah, that's the story, really. I was always so confused. I still don't know why it's not the cover. It's a cover. I don't know. I literally don't know. But
no comment.
I don't. Oh god. Is it the nog or is it the whiskey?
I don't know.
Both?
I think it might be the whiskey. Because I made it a bit strong. I love Canadian Club, by the way.
Yeah.
I know Canadian
Today's
Club
sponsor.
isn't... Today's sponsor is not Canadian Club. or anything actually. But I know this isn't, I think, the most popular drink in the UK, because I remember when I've been to the UK on my visits, it's been hard to find. Some places have it, but CC's isn't the most popular thing. It might just be the pubs I went to. I could be so wrong, but I did find it hard to find it, and that was especially when I went to Europe, that was like my go-to drink. Yeah, it's very big in Australia. Yeah.
You can find it on tap in like Gold Coast heaps. The only place I know.
Well, like pre-mixed.
Mixed with like mixed with what's it the?
You either have it Canadian Club and dry or Canadian Club and cola.
Yeah, dry. Yeah. So it's dry on the actual tap. But the only place I know here that does it is like one bar in Perth. But I know one place that does it, and it's actually really cool.
I think I have had it on tap in one place before. Yeah. I think it was with dry. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, it's good. It's always a little like expensive with like the 10-pack of cans, but like I do occasionally get it. I do like it.
It is very good, but I don't like drinking the cans of them anymore. I like to drink just the bottles if I get them pre-mixed, or my ultimate thing is mixing them myself. But
the bottles are pretty good.
They are good. Yeah, No, I think I made this whiskey eggnog a bit strong, and also the eggnog isn't a really strong taste to counteract the strongness of
That's
whiskey.
Probably because normally you're like mixing it with like a bit of like Coke or something.
Because I'm not great with like straight whiskey and stuff. Okay. But yeah, interesting.
On the rocks.
Woo.
On the rocks.
Overall, thoughts on Cold War? What did you think?
I think I was very much like you, where I was like, except I just got back from work, not rushing to work, but I felt like I really enjoyed the first 10 minutes. And I was like, wow, I feel like this is actually a really good Mark script. Mark's episodes, I've never been necessarily too fucking blown away from.
Yeah, never have I. They're always very like stop standard Doctor Who.
Yeah.
You know?
Crimson Horror's fun though.
Yeah, from memory. Well, from memory, Cold War and Crimson Horror are like my two fave Mark ones. And I think Empress is like, it's fine, but it's still on the upper hand.
Yeah, season 10 shit. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
fine.
So you kind of lost it towards the end?
Yeah, I think I was enjoying it maybe like halfway through, and I was like, this is a really cool like premise. I think the whole design of the ice water is like, it's beautiful. Not when it's out of its shell, but when it's its original like shell, I think it looks beautiful. Like we said, the whole aesthetic of like the submarine and with the water dripping down constantly, and even how they filmed all the submarine scenes with like the little model. I thought was awesome.
Miniatures. Yeah,
I love how they did that. That's awesome.
Quite a throwback. That's the first time in a while that they've done that.
That is a big throwback. Yeah, I think that's awesome. But I feel like it kind of just like just whittles away into like a bit of a standard like Mark script, and like, I'm like, it's probably the first time in 7B I've been like, like don't love it, but it's still far from terrible. You know?
Bastard.
Okay.
I really like this episode.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's
wow, I love it.
I think it maybe dwindles a little bit in the middle.
Okay.
It like definitely slows down quite a bit. But I like it because we just got really good character conversations, and I think the characters are really good in this episode. So it's one of those ones where, sure, it does lose its momentum, but I think for me, it's welcomed because you're getting to know these characters more, and you really get to sit down with Clara a bit. Because what's the past two episodes have been very fast paced. Last week's, whilst not a lot happened in Rings of Akaton, it's still, everything was quite fast. You did get some really good scenes at the start with the little queen girl. Was it Queen of Years?
Yeah, Queen of Years, yeah.
But beyond those short scenes, you don't get to see what Clara's really like with other people. Yeah. You know? And, like, once again, in Bells of St. John, you get small scenes of her with the family that she's, like, nannying for. But this episode, for her to really spend a lot of time with, like, the hungry like the wolf?
Yeah,
that guy.
The professor, yeah.
Yeah.
For her to wherever he is, like the
spend a lot of time with him, I thought was really cool, and you kind of got to see a side of her where she wasn't trying to impress the Doctor.
Yeah.
You kind of saw the real her for a bit, her anxiety and her vulnerabilities, which I really like. Definitely.
It's true.
Once the Ice Warrior comes out of its shell, I don't think loses its effect, but when you start to see its face in those shots, it's really shit, and especially when he takes off his helmet in the back half of the episode, I don't think that was needed. I think once it went back in its shell, it just stayed in the shell.
And they never had done that in any classic
Never done that before.
Okay.
And I just think the CGI was just maybe like 2 or 3 years off being at a level where they could have pulled that off. Because because once you lose the mask, you can just tell it's fake. The head doesn't move properly.
Yeah, that's true,
shit talking CGI shouldn't be a big thing. But when it's the main villain, you kind of lose the stakes in the last act when it's just a big CGI head.
No, I agree. Yeah.
But I still think it wraps up pretty nicely. I do. I think it's got a good ending. It just gets mildly tarnished by CGI Iceman.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think I liked it less so, but I think that the whole Clara stuff is really interesting, and I think they use her really well. Mm-hmm. Even sending her in to talk to the Ice Warrior. She gets sent in, and she even though it's not her fault, she does feel the repercussions of again, it's not really her actions, but it had escaped, and she does blame herself. And I think there's even a really good scene in the episode where she sees a mangled body that has been ripped apart from the Ice Warrior, and it generally affects her. And that's so, I love that, because when do we ever see that from a companion? We always forget it's a TV show, and they just look at her body and go and then walk away. Mm-hmm. And you're well, hang on a minute, if you genuinely saw one, I think that Jenna really sold it as a human who had just seen a body for the first time that's all fucking ripped apart. Yeah. I thought that was really good, and I love how they did that with her.
Totally.
It's good stuff with Clara, I feel like. This episode did some really cool stuff with her.
Yeah. I think all the character work was really good. I really like the supporting cast, the main three that we have, the 2 Game of Thrones boys, and then, the professor.
Literally, yeah.
I thought they were really good additions. Yeah. I really liked them all.
Good old Davos, yeah.
Davos probably gets a little bit sidelined in the back half. But what is also cool is this episode has 3 cast members from The Crown as well.
Yeah, you always say that, hey.
It's got both of the actors that have so far played the Prince Philip.
Of course, he's Matt as well.
Philip, Duke of Edinburgh.
Oh my God, of course.
So Matt Smith played Prince Philip in seasons 1 to 2. And then is it Tobias Mackenzie? Is that his name? Brilliant actor, and he plays Prince Philip in seasons 3 and 4.
Okay.
And then also the guy that unthaws the Ice Warrior in the first scene.
Yeah.
That he plays Prince Charles in seasons 3 and 4, and he's really good.
Wow.
He's really good in that.
My God.
Yeah, so it's
this episode's just full of
Crown Central, man.
GOT and Crown, boys.
That's it, man.
Wow.
Yeah, and Matt's in GOT's new spin-off as well.
Of course, yes.
It's all happening,
House
man.
Targaryen or something like that, yeah.
God damn.
Wow. Yeah, I agree. It's a good episode, and it's not my favorite, but I think you're right. It does take time to slow it down a little bit and have character moments, which I think is important.
Yeah.
I just honestly don't think I was in the right headspace today to watch an episode, and I think that's probably gonna change my opinion a little bit, my mood, because I fucking rushed home, and I should have watched it properly, which is not the episode's fault, but. Yeah, I do think there's a lot to love about it, though. I thought the first 10 minutes was, fucking great. I think that's so fun and so fast-paced. And,
it's a really good mix of, obviously the production design work was awesome, that submarine set. Yeah. I feel like they must have shot it on an actual submarine, but I don't think they would have, because they need more space to put crew and stuff. So I think it's just really good sets.
Yeah.
Mixed with having to funnel that water down, it would have to be a set, definitely.
I thought that as well. Yeah,
it's a great combination of all that practical effects work of the water, the performances in that opening scene, because they're obviously performing just on a flat sound stage, no shaking, no nothing. They're just acting against the water, and then they're having to scream for their lives and hold on to stuff. And then the camera work is really good as well. It has a nice sense of shakiness that you can still see what's going on. I was watching the behind the scenes clip on the Blu-ray, and just watching the cameraman just be stood there just like this, shaking the camera. It was cool.
Douglas McKinnon, he rings a bell, so he did...
Douglas McKinnon.
That does ring a bell.
Yeah, no, he does a lot. Actually, I used to think he does way more than he does, but he has done quite a few.
Did he do Good Omens?
So
That's it.
I'll get there, baby.
That's why I ring a bell. Yeah.
No, he does direct a lot of Doctor Who, actually. Sontaran Strategy, Poison Sky, Power of Three, Cold War, Listen, Time Heist, Flatline, and The Husbands of River Song. That's what I used to think. I used to think he did Day of the Doctor, but he doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he did some Russell episodes as well. That's mad.
Yeah. He also in Sherlock does The Abominable Bride. He directs all 6 episodes of He directs all 6 episodes of The Good Omens, and I'm pretty sure he's directing all of season 2 as well.
I was going to say, is he doing season 2?
Pretty sure. Yeah, he's definitely doing some because he's tweeting about it and stuff.
I need to watch that.
And I'm pretty sure he's a producer on it as well.
Okay.
Yeah, excellent director. I think he's perfect for Doctor Who. He's got a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. It would have been harder to direct an episode like this, I feel like, because it's in such a confined space. You can't cut out the submarine and go to somewhere else, and that's a challenge, you know?
Yeah, it's all very, very studio. And I've said to you before that I hate studio episodes. They really grind my gears. Yeah. But the last 2 episodes have been very studio bound. But, man, they've looked great. Because I think it was so bright and the production design was so good last week. And this week they really played into it being all studio, with it being... they played into the claustrophobia of a submarine, and the gaffer department, just the entire production department went fucking ham. They loved this aesthetic, man. They were pumping steam through, just water dripping, heaps of backlight, the spinning lights that add color to the scenes. It's such a beautiful looking episode, I think. There's lots of blue, red, and yellow just shining from different motivated light sources. And I just think it looks... so good for that.
Yeah, I agree, and I'm really glad they brought on someone like Douglas. I feel like this would be an episode that maybe a lesser known director would struggle with, especially with the lighting and stuff. You're right, the lighting is beautiful, and it just, the water, that stuff is just sick and awesome. But you might need this, by the way.
Oh yeah.
I thought that stuff was really great. Even the start with just the submarine sinking, and I think this is a oh yeah, you might have to.
I don't know how to... This is the weirdest...
Yeah.
This is the weirdest bottle opener I've seen in my life.
That's
like a wine one?
Yeah, then you... so you just got to do you want me to do it for you?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, you just got to... So yeah, it's supposed to go on wine, but it's they're like, we'll do 2 things at once. We'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So I want to show it on the camera, but it's just hard to open it.
That's fine. Thank you, sir.
Try that. Say what you think about it. Does it taste like Christmas to you?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah?
I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, you like it?
That's lovely. I much prefer that over the eggnog.
It kind of sucked if you didn't like it, because I'd be like...
You'd be like, I'll take that back.
I'll just take it back and I'll have 2 of them.
No, that's lovely. Thank you.
It's good.
That's actually so nice.
No, it's very nice.
I feel like you could only have a couple, because it's a bit... sweet and
it's very sweet, and they're also quite strong as well. So I normally if I'm buying a case of beer, I normally grab one on the side. So maybe halfway through the night, I have one of them between beers, and it goes really well.
Gotcha.
And, it's a good Christmas drink. So
that's lovely. Cool. Thanks for that.
No, you're welcome, my sir.
Yeah. So that's Douglas McKinnon, and then obviously,
I thought he really fit.
Obviously, Mark Gatiss was the big writer of the episode.
Yes. Bring Mark back with RTD is all I got to say.
Would be cool for him to write an episode, because he is there is something nice about a Mark episode.
It is,
even though there's only 2 that what does he do does he do anything in season 8 and 9? He does Sleep No More in season 9.
I don't think there's an season 8 episode.
Oh, doesn't he? Oh, yeah, he does Robots of Sherwood.
Of course he does.
Sorry, considering I only 2 of his episodes, I still, when I see his name on the credit, I'm
it's fun.
Yeah,
I missed it a lot during Tribunal Zero.
I think I like Mark Gatiss, the person, more than his episodes.
Showing up in Doctor episodes here and there.
Well, no, just knowing that it's Mark that's written the episode, just always makes me feel good.
Because he'd been there since season 1. Obviously, he did episode fucking 3 season 1. He's always been there. I'd be more than happy for him to come back.
Definitely.
With Russell and Stephen as well.
So just for anyone that doesn't know and doesn't so closely follow the writers, Mark Gatiss has written 9 episodes of Doctor Who, which is quite a lot. I think he is the biggest recurring writer, definitely of New Who.
Yeah.
There's probably some rivals there for him in Classic Who. But he has written The Unquiet Dead, The Idiot's Lantern, Victory of the Daleks, Night Terrors, Cold War, The Crimson Order, Robot of Sherwood, Sleep No More, and The Empress of Mars. And he also stars in a bunch of different episodes, co-created Moffat with Sherlock. Yep. He wrote The Great Game, The Hound of Basketballs?
The House of Basketballs.
The Hounds of Baskerville. Yeah. Many Happy Returns. That's
I think that's little prologue they did about the when Sherlock was just before the Empty Hearse. Yeah, the Empty Hearse. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's correct.
I remember that. Then he also wrote The Empty Hearse. He co-wrote The Sign of 3 with Stephen Moffat and Steve Thompson. Along with Stephen Moffat, he wrote The Abominable Bride. He wrote The Six Thatchers on his own. And along with Moffat, they wrote The Final Problem.
He's also in Game of Thrones, which is pretty funny.
Yes, he is. He's in a lot of stuff.
GOT
actors in this episode.
Yeah,
there's another one.
And he wrote it, yeah.
And he also co-wrote all of Dracula with Moffat. So there's your little Mark Gatiss recap, along with a lot of other things. He's written and acted in so much stuff. Oh yeah, he's in Good Omens as well.
Old.
Only in a small role, but yeah. Okay.
I like Mark a lot, actually.
Just I love it when he talks. Like just seeing him chat in interviews and stuff is what I mean by I like the person.
Yeah, his episodes always never like stuck out to me massively, but I can still just love him like being there, you know?
Totally.
Missed him in Tribunal Zero.
Yeah.
I did. I missed him a lot.
He's
It was fun just to have him. It was a good familiar face.
He was.
He's like one of those guys you went to school with who you don't love, but seeing him every couple like months, you're like, oh hi mate.
Oh hi Aiden.
I see you every week.
Show. Sometimes you have to play. You have to leave me to be on a computer because that's when I've been too much.
Still counts as seeing you, I think. Still counts. Sometimes people you run at the pub every couple months and go, oh hi, how you been?
Oh, it's Mark.
I'm good. Oh, I'm doing all right. Yeah, I'm doing okay.
He's a good acquaintance.
Yeah, I like Mark. Mark's good.
What do you think of the Ice Warriors design?
What, the actual shell?
Yes. Yeah, do shell and then we'll go the
I thought it was stunning. I think it looks great. And I love the slow-mo shots of it walking. I wanted more of that. I wanted more of an Ice Warrior walking around the ship, like fucking shooting fucking lasers and coursing hell.
Yeah, I thought that. And then I thought, oh no, that would look, I think, dumb, because if we had so much of him doing that, it's like, it's such a confined space. How much can you do him just storming down corridors? It's unlogical as well,
because he'd be firing shit.
And if he's shooting, he's going to blow up the submarine in like one shot.
It's unlogical.
Which, when I saw them with the fucking machine guns, I was like,
firing all over the wall, just like...
Can they do that? I don't know the physics of submarines, but
that's a good point.
I don't think that works.
That's a good point. But I think they utilize those scenes very well. I always, like, the shot in the end of the episode where he's like, it's slow motion walking through the wall, just the shell heading towards the actual like creature of the Ice Warrior. I remember that shot so well and thinking how cool it was when I first watched it.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, it's awesome. Like, it's an awesome design, I feel like. And did you watch a lot of the classic eras? So is it quite...
I've actually not seen any of them. I've watched a bit because you bought me a DVD of it a while ago, but I don't think I finished it.
Did I?
Yeah, one of my birthday presents from you a long time ago. I think it was in like year 9 or 10 or something.
Oh my god.
Okay. I probably like this episode a lot, and so you're like, oh, I'll get him the Ice Warriors.
Maybe.
It's got a couple of missing episodes or something that are animated in it.
Oh wow.
In the release.
Okay. I was gonna say, is it faithful to the original design?
It's okay. Yeah.
As far as I'm aware, it looked pretty.
So I was gonna save this for behind the scenes,
good.
but. It's actually like the most similar, or one of the most similar New Who designs to the classic.
They'll let us do it.
Moffat said, he doesn't want to redesign it because he doesn't think that they're recognizable enough of villains yet. Because in the classics, they're only in, I want to say 3 stories. Could be wrong. Might be 1 or 2 more or less. But they're not in many. So he was like, and they've not been used since, once again, I'll just spoil the behind the scenes segment, since 1974.
Wow.
So that's like only a decade of the show that they were in for 3 stories. And then they weren't seen again for, was that 84, 94, 2004, 39 years they weren't used for. So he was like, no, we'll bring him back and be pretty faithful. But the main thing they got rid of, and the guys at Millennium FX that make all the prosthetics and stuff for them, they were like, we just can't do the hands because the hands...
They were quite clawy, weren't they?
So they have Lego Man hands.
Yeah, Lego Man.
They're literally like this.
That's the Lego claws almost, yeah.
And so they were like, they'll do something different. I don't remember how they actually turned out.
Right.
But they make the hands look better.
Right, yeah. Well, to this point, they only got 1 mention in Wars of Mars, which was, I think, very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, no, isn't that a deleted scene? Or is it a deleted scene? I think it is. I think it's the lead scene when he says that.
I recall it, but
maybe not. I don't know. But
who knows?
Something like that. It's either the lead scene, but either way, it did happen, so it's canon. But yeah, it's interesting they brought them back. Did it have anything to do with the 50th, you think, or?
I reckon it might have. They don't say that in any of the interviews about it, but I reckon Moffat probably was like, going into the 50th, because it's like the 50th season in a way. Like these 8 episodes are kind of the series for the 50th.
Yeah.
I reckon he probably was looking at maybe bringing back a classic, because he brings back Zygons in the 50th.
Yeah.
Which once again, they're not actually used a lot in classic Who.
I was gonna say, I thought the Ice Warriors were used like so much more than
No, it's like 3 stories. Zygons. Wow. I think Zygons have 1 story in Classic Who. I think they literally have 1 appearance. It's meant to be brilliant. Like, I can't wait till that box set comes out on Blu-ray. But I'm pretty sure Zygons only have Terror of the Zygons.
So they had... So the Ice Warriors had that much of a big impression, I guess, Zygons too, that they wanted to bring them back for.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly. Wow. Yeah, I'm waiting for like the day that they bring back another classic villain, because they've done all the hits now, you know.
The Sea Devils in what was it?
Sea Devils, that's what we need.
Something 50 no, Praxis?
Praxis, yeah. Everyone thought they were going to bring them back. Yeah, Sea Devils, I guess, would be the next obvious one. That's been obvious for a long time. Yeah. But other than that, I don't know what classic. I guess maybe like the Rani and like those names, Omega, that go around a lot. But as a species, I don't know. You've done all the big ones, Sontarans, all that. They're all done to death.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, pretty much everything has been done.
Yeah. Bring back the Stenza.
The Stenza?
From Series 11.
Oh my god.
Bring me more Tim Shaw.
Oh god, that's
Isn't
literally
this,
the worst.
Like, it's so warm.
It's very Christmassy, and I love that.
Very Christmassy,
I was just about to say that. I love how Christmassy it is.
It does. It feels very very cozy.
I love it.
Oh, it's all warm lighting in here.
I love it. It's great. All
nice.
All the booze on there as well.
Shall we do the thumbnail whilst we think about it?
Sure.
We'll do a little.
Sure. With my.
When I woke up today.
My empty glass.
Love it.
It's got nothing in it. I love it.
Ooh, that's a nice taste.
Aiden loves eggnog.
I do love eggnogs. Christmas Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm.
That's, we'll keep swinging back to Christmas every now and then, because it's Christmas.
It is Christmas.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
That's a Wombats song.
Rock around the Christmas tree.
Christmas song. Christmas. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Christmas songs.
Yep.
What's your go-to Christmas song?
My favorite?
Yeah. Well, let's go top 3.
Oh, okay. Top 3. My favorite Christmas song ever is All Alone on Christmas.
All Alone on Christmas.
Yeah.
How's that go? I sing so much on this show.
Around the streets are getting dark. I'm writing you a letter and I don't know where to start. You don't know that?
No.
I'm all alone.
Who's it by?
I actually don't know. Who knows who sings Christmas songs? You just put them on. Like,
that's true.
I don't wanna be alone for Christmas. You don't know that?
Ah, dun 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 dun. No. No, I don't know it.
Are you serious? Alone for Christmas.
Dun 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 dun. After this, I'll listen to it and see if I know.
Really, you don't know that song?
Maybe I do. Maybe it's just your cover.
Alone for Christmas.
Okay.
I'm all alone.
One of my top 3.
Yeah.
And this is probably my go-to.
Okay.
Is probably sounds like it's Russell's go-to as well. And I don't pick this because it's this song, like because of its relevance to Doctor Who.
Oh, okay.
But I reckon subconsciously as a kid,
yeah,
maybe Merry Xmas Everybody.
Slade, yeah.
When you're hanging all your stockings on your wall.
Oh, yeah, I know Slade sings that. I do know that. It's the time that Aiden has a ball. Okay, I love it.
Does he ride a red-nosed reindeer?
Ting, ting. That's what I can think of when I can hear the guy in the back.
Oh, Mickey.
Yeah. Ting, ting. Turn it off. Turn it off. Yeah, the radio. The TARDIS. Dude, that's classic. That is classic.
That's funny. What's your next favourite? Well, just another random one that you love.
Chris Rea, Driving Home for Christmas.
I only really became familiar with that one this year.
Me says doesn't know names of people who sing it. Says Slade and Chris Rea. I don't know why I don't know who sings my favourite song. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But that song always makes me smile. It's just great. It really is. It's a lovely song. I guess it's kind of like not what's happening right now because you can't drive to Perth for Christmas because our borders are closed.
Unlucky.
Until February 5th.
Unlucky.
If you drove to Perth for Christmas, you get stopped at the border and told to go away.
Spin them around, boys.
You'd be driving back to your home for Christmas. So, until next year. But that song slaps. It just goes hard. I like it.
My next one would have to be the Wombats Christmas song. Is this Christmas?
Is this Christmas? Is this Christmas? That goes.
My dear.
My dear.
Or friend.
My friend.
It's Christmas.
Is this Christmas? My dear friend. So that goes?
Yeah, it's close enough.
I love it.
What's your next one?
I have Versace on 7-inch vinyl because it had its 10-year anniversary last year.
Look at me with my 7-inch.
I also have yeah,
accurate. Yeah,
I wish. I also have All Alone on Christmas on vinyl with my Home Alone vinyl because it's in the second movie.
I'm gonna watch the first Home Alone for the first time this Christmas.
This is the first time for me watching Home Alone.
All right, Owen Wilson.
Yeah, you got it. Well done.
Because you mentioned it like a week ago.
Did I? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay,
it's also one of your fucking SoundPad things you play all the time.
Me. Coldplay's Christmas Lights. You mentioned the Wombats, so very depressing song. Coldplay. 2 of those songs are very depressing. I was single for every Christmas for like 22 years, so I always found Christmas a bit sad. I think we had a conversation about that on our last Christmas podcast. I'm Christmas is a bit of a sad time for me.
I'm so sad.
But
just can't get my dick wet at Christmas.
Just gonna cry, Just gonna cry.
Actually, that sounds like a good Christmas song.
Those Christmas songs are pretty sad.
Can't get my dick wet on Christmas.
Can't get my dick wet at Christmas. The 50% Colour.
That's great.
Great songs though, yeah. And I got it on 7-inch, and the B side is just a live cover of I can't fucking remember. Anyway.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now for number 3 for me. This is where there's a lot of songs that I would happily put there.
Yeah,
Any of the sort of more rocky Christmas songs, because I like indie rock is sort of my main thing. Indie rock or pop rock.
Bit of the Wombats,
That kind of stuff is sort of my go-to stuff. So anything that kind of falls into that department, I quite like a lot. I like it a lot. Okay. But honestly, if I was to pick 3 Christmas songs that I'd only be able to listen to on Christmas, probably put Song for 10 in there. I think that'll take it.
Is it the version from...
we love a Song for 10 cover.
Is it the version from Christmas Invasion?
Oh, man.
Or the OST?
There's a joke that I keep making that's going to just hit so well at the end of the show.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, that's Christmas songs.
Those songs are good, yeah. I mean, you're right, though. So many great ones.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know until I every year go on the Spotify playlist and go, it's a banger. I've been doing it at work today, just been queuing, annoying the guys there, putting on the aux.
There's a few good ones there's one good one that came out this year. Fairy Tale in New York. That's a great one.
That's fantastic.
And Vance Joy just did a cover of it this year, which is really lovely.
Yeah, I think that song got cancelled, but that's okay.
What?
It got cancelled.
What? The song?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it uses a homophobic phrase for a gay person.
Oh, I listened to it twice and never picked up on it. Sorry. I take that back. It's actually a shit song.
No, it's
fundamentally it's terrible.
I think
I meant what I meant to say was my least favorite Christmas song is Fairy Tale in New York. Another great Christmas song, if you're in the mood for it. This will probably fit your Can't Get My Dick Wet on Christmas playlist.
That's just not what's happening. Okay, all right.
Tom Rosenthal, very small, not small artist. He's very well known.
I used to play, but hey,
I simp over him quite a lot. He's not a small artist. Like I think he gets like over 1 million streams on his Spotify, like more than that, I think. But it's like he's very niche. Like it's very very indie. A lot of his music is quite sad, helpful for a lot of people.
Sad.
Yeah, but also he's got a lot of uplifting stuff. He has a Christmas song which I didn't know about. Bear in mind, this is the only Christmas though that I've actually been a fan of his because I got into him in like January, February this year.
How did you find this artist?
A short film director that I really like.
The one from the
music.
UK.
Yeah. Bertie Gilbert uses a lot of Tom Rosenthal songs in his movies, and so that's how I got to like his music. Now I love him, and I've got a couple of his vinyls, and his vinyls are so cool because you order them, and then it's like a mind trick because he puts on it. He's like, it's £15, but. Oh no, the minimum you can pay is £15, but he's like, feel free to pay as much as you like.
I have an artist who I bought a vinyl of and did the exact same thing.
Yeah, so it's like, it's one of those things where I'm like, he's so kind because this is worth more. Like if you bought this at the shops, it would be like £30 or something, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to do pounds. I don't really know. I can't remember English currency too well. But it was £15. But if you bought it at the shop, it would be 30. So he's giving it to you pretty cheap, but it's also like, he's being so nice. I'm gonna pay him the extra money anyways. You know.
Yeah.
It's
that is
great.
I haven't got it yet, but there's an artist I listen to who's like probably the similar type of popularity as the guy you listen to. He's like not small, but not big, you know what I mean? And he had the very similar thing. You could buy it for as much as it had like a set price, which I think was about like $30 or something like that, and then you could buy it for as much as you wanted. And you could leave a little message as well. I do love how when like they're that small. Well, not small. That's a bad way to put it. But you know that like they still can do stuff like that. And if you send a message and they would get it and all that.
It's very cool.
When someone's got millions of followers, it's like very hard to
get that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the Wombats because they've got their new album coming out in January.
You're gonna go see them, aren't you?
I'm seeing them in June.
I wish I knew how that felt like. Your favorite artist live.
Shut up, you suck. I pre-ordered the album and. Like a few months later, they were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, we're signing like all the copies of like all the pre-ordered. If you pre-order the album on vinyl and stuff, we're going to sign all the copies and stuff. I'll lick it.
Yeah,
is it real?
It rubs off the signature.
That's so silly. Anyways, Tom Rosenthal has a Christmas song that I didn't know about until he posted on his Instagram story and was like, "It's literally a really funny video. It's edited really funnily." He's like. Hey guys, in 2018, I released a Christmas song called "I'm Only Home at Something" or like something like that. Didn't have Christmas
10 p.m.
Nah, it was just something. I can't remember what it was called, but it didn't have Christmas in the title. And he's like, but it was a Christmas song, but it didn't hit the charts at all because no one knew it was a Christmas song. And all the Christmas songs are hitting the charts. So this year, I've gone and changed the title in it to "I'm Only Home at Christmas." So why don't you go and have a listen to it? And that's how I found out about it. I listened to it. It's great. It's fucking sad.
Why is songs so sad? Like, what's his deal?
I think he's just moody. His album that he released this year was about his dad dying.
Oh, okay.
Very recently. It's very good. And it's despite me. Sorry, my watch just told me to be more active.
Gotta do some arm movements.
So, hold on, I'll treat my watch to something.
You need some...
do a bit of jogging on the spot.
Wow. This is what you do when you're videos exploring?
Yeah, just jog on the spot here. just jog on the spot.
It's the treadmill over there, but you could just like jog on the spot.
Jog on the spot here.
I love it.
Yeah, despite his last album being...
Because you got your mic as well, so you can talk.
Despite his last album being about his dog died. His dad
died.
I don't know, somehow related to it. I just relate to his mood and his opinions. And when I was going through a tough time earlier this year, listening to his music was just like a big help and escapism for me, you know?
I like that. I respect a good story like that.
Yeah. So, Christmas. Cold War. What happens next in Cold War?
A scene I really liked, which I think was a callback to Amy, was when the doctor's like, "Stay here, don't argue," and she was like, and Clara's like, "I won't," and he's like, "Don't argue," and she's like, "I'm not," and he's like, "Oh yeah, of course." I think he thought that he was still with Amy. Did you think that?
I don't know. I didn't pick up on that.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
My watch just gave me a movement alert cleared.
You didn't pick up on that at all.
No.
Do you think that's a callback to Amy, or am I just fucking crazy?
Bit of both.
It's a callback to Amy. It literally is.
Yeah, it sounds like a callback to Amy, but you are also crazy. Sound good?
Crazy grey at being a podcast, am I right?
Yep. So, what next?
The Ice Warrior comes out of its shell. And no, I don't mean that like... Is my hat up now?
It's very upright.
I could just see in the...
Just gonna flop it back a little
just
bit.
Got a bit excited for a second. Talking about Cold War.
Taking my dick wet at Christmas.
What is this?
I don't know. I just think it's funny. Maybe I'm just very immature.
You said that because I was like, Christmas is going to be different this year. Because I was like, I got a girlfriend now, and I was like, I have to be spending time with her family and stuff. And you're like, oh, you're going to get your dick wet at Christmas. I was like, that's
Did I say that last year?
No, you said it just then before we started recording. And I was like, no, it's not what I meant at all. I was trying to say, like, I'm going to have to go to, like, her parents' house at Christmas. And it's going to be different from my friends because I'm now not single. So that's what I meant by it. But
also...
yeah.
Hey, moving on.
Christmas is a busy time. We can fit it in. I'll let you know.
Thanks. I hope I'm the first person.
On Christmas Day,
you do the Scrubs. What is it? They clip their nails and it hits the gong, and wherever
the gong.
The
gong is great.
There's something. They just hit the gong, isn't it?
I use the gong for every time. I sent down a like the audio of a gong. Every time there was like another girl, which is
okay. I thought it meant weird, like every time you and your current.
No, you can only use it. You can only use it like the one time, and if you do it multiple times with another person, it doesn't count. But if it's with another person,
fake gong.
You can hit the gong just like JD and Turk do.
Interesting.
Yeah. Wow. And then Mitch heard about it and he started doing it. I'm like, no, that's not your thing. Don't do that.
Thing. Yeah, more Scrubs, mate.
But he still does it, which annoys me. So
interesting.
So yeah, there's no gongs anymore because obviously we're with partners. So, but there were many gongs back in the day.
All right, settle down.
Always being revealed on this podcast. not many gongs, like a couple gongs. Yeah, it's all been revealed on this show today. This podcast is pretty X-rated, hey?
Yeah, it's 18 plus Christmas special.
That's a Home Alone reference.
Yeah, that should be the thumbnail.
You can pick.
Lame. I've got two to pick from.
You can pick.
All right, yeah. So
it comes out at Shell.
It's just like based under siege for a while, right? They're running around the ship.
Yep.
And it's in the roof.
It literally is a base under siege.
I like the hands. The hand stuff.
The creepy claws.
Yeah, I wish they just kept that.
Yeah, you didn't have to see the face. They're gone. This is what it looks like. Oh my god. Where is it? I can't see. What does it look like?
I'm gonna pull you up.
And I become all... In like Empress of Mars, they will become like weird, springy, like...
I don't remember.
Circles of goo. You don't remember that?
No.
You don't have a good memory, do you?
I don't really remember that
Amy
episode
getting referenced in the episode. You don't remember the fucking gooey, springy people in Empress of Mars?
No.
How the Doctor Who podcast, you can't remember that.
I know, right? God, we're so yellow now. This is ridiculous.
Yellow, mellow, yellow, mellow.
Anyways, yeah, I wish they kind of had the balls to just stick with showing the hands and not go to the face at all.
I thought when I first watched it they were going to do that, but they didn't.
Yeah, dog. Because the CGI shot just doesn't work. Like the frame that it is just doesn't work, and the CGI just wasn't there for it.
I didn't like it, but I could kind of deal with it when it was in like the smoke. I didn't like it, but I was like, "Is that it? Can we not do it anymore?" And then like,
helmet off, baby.
Yeah. I didn't like it. I'm just saying, like, if they had to do something, if they had to just like keep it like that, obviously they can hide the CGI through the fucking smoke. I didn't like it.
You know, it was a couple of great scenes were like I guess the ones that were maybe a little bit more military. Base. There's the scene where very early on where Tobias McKenzie and the other main guest actor from Game of Thrones, I don't remember his name.
We'll call him Davos.
When those guys, they're like talking to the Doctor and Clara. I thought that was really good. You know, when they're just in the room and there's the Ultravox guy, the professor just sat down.
It is pretty good. Yeah, that stuff is fun.
And then there was one more scene, you know, very similar.
Yeah.
Where Davos is like sort of he's got everyone in for a meeting, and he's just kind of like telling them mistakes, and he's like, you know, we've got to sort of, you know, put our lives on the line.
Our lives are expendable.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, and I liked all of just everyone's facial expressions in that scene. I really like because there's a few shots just like panning around the group.
Yeah, like we can literally die and it means nothing. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's literally what happens to pretty much everyone on the ship.
Correct.
On the submarine. Yeah, alright, maybe I was a bit of a fucking Christmas Scrooge this episode a little bit. But I don't hate it. I like it. I just think I remember being a young pubescent boy sitting down to watch it and being a little disappointed, that's all.
Fair.
I don't hate it. I think it's a good episode. I think it's better than Empress of Mars, but, you know, I think it's a good episode.
What do you think of... Okay, now, I was going to jump ahead to the end there. There's one scene, I don't know what I want to say about it, other than I just really like it.
Okay.
It's the scene when the Doctor first comes face to face with the Ice Warrior. And it's a bit bullshit when it's like, it's behind you kind of moment.
Yeah. It's behind you.
Like, meanwhile, there's shots of him stomping through the water and stuff.
Gas. It could be gas. Fucking Matt.
But like, everyone's clearly looking like behind him.
Oh, yeah, literally, Clara's like, Doctor.
Yeah.
It's behind you.
You see it stomping around.
He's like, what's that sound? Gas? It could be gas. I'm like, fucking shut up.
Sorry, Doc.
Turn around.
Yeah, I just really like that scene though. Like when Kara wakes up and it's like fading in.
Oh, I love that. And the turn, yeah. It's so
I just love the blue vibe.
Yeah, the blue vibes.
It just looks...
And all the water and stuff. Yeah, you're right with the steam and like little water drops. It looks perfect.
It does look perfect.
A line I've always loved from this episode is how like Davos is like, it's a monster. And it's like, no, it's a soldier. And it deserves our respect. I love that.
That is cool.
I love that. But it turns out to be like Kang the Conqueror. And that's not what it's called, but like
Kang the Conqueror
from Marvel. But it doesn't be like Kang the Conqueror, which is like some fucking ice warrior, bloody hero. I do like how it's like when soldiers would die and they'd carve his name into their fucking skin. Fucked. That's crazy.
It was pretty good.
I like that though.
And maybe it was in there to hint towards the 50th. But when they were like saying, the Doctor was like, "You can't go in there, you're soldiers," and then Tobias Mackenzie. Well, it's like, yeah, so you can't go in there either. Doctor. I know you. You were in the Time War. No. That was the other one.
No.
The one I will never remember. We don't talk about that one.
Don't talk about that. Don't talk about that one.
And then he was like, we'll send in Clara. No. Never, ever, never in a million years. No.
Cuts to it.
Clara walks out. That's cool.
Jenna was good in that scene.
She's very good just through and through.
Yes, Jenna is great.
She's very good. Good companion.
Yeah, Jenna is great.
Yeah, what do you think about it all tied up then? You know, we got Ice Warrior going to blow up the world. And then the Doctor's Sonicking the world.
The Sonic's gone red, is it? Is that what it is?
Which I don't mind, actually.
Red tip.
I think because nukes.
Yeah, I think it's like a nuke sen.
Nuke sen.
Because I remember how like...
it goes red if he's about to blow up the world.
I remember that kind of happened again. I think it was a reduction error, though, in Beast Below.
Yeah, I think that was because when they color graded it.
Yeah, I think that was production error, but this one I think was purposeful.
Definitely, because there was green in all the other parts of the shots, so it wasn't just the color grade.
Yeah, I like it. I like the fact the Doctor would sacrifice the whole boat, just saved the whole world, and I think two things I think did really well, which I thought was awesome, setting up for maybe people who just jumped on the show at this point with Clara, and also maybe even just like remind the audience who are just like regular viewers is number one. I think it did a really good job of explaining the whole like they're speaking Russian and they're Russians and they're also speaking Russian. That was really cool. Second of all, I really like how the Doctor explained how time is in flux, and it's not really like a
flux
set thing. The flux.
I
don't know why they get British actors to play Russian, so I was confused.
They do. I noticed they did cast people with quite, at least from my understanding, quite like a Russian look to them.
And also had names that were very Russian.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's with like a British actor. It's like, hello, we're not Russian. What are you talking about?
It was cool that they explained the TARDIS translation matrix, the TTM, as us real fans call it.
Do we?
Nope.
I'm not a fan then.
But that leads us to Go for the Week.
I can hear it in my head.
That's good. Do you have any goofs this week? Because I certainly do. Go for the Week is when we talk about goofs. Goofs that we found in the episode. No? No silly production errors? No?
No, I don't. No.
Okay, well, mine isn't like a production error. Error. But it's something that is pretty silly. And I don't know how you didn't notice it in saying what you just said. But so they explain the British accents by saying the TARDIS has the TTM, the TARDIS
so it
translation
changes their
matrix.
accents as well.
Well, no, it changes that like so they can hear it. They hear it. They hear English voices, right?
Okay.
But the goof is the TARDIS disappears and is on the South Pole.
It still does it.
It just does it from across the planet?
It landed on the ship, it noticed everybody, and
that's
then when
bullshit.
It disappeared,
that's
it's still
bullshit.
It was still there.
That's bullshit.
It was still there. It's still in the same pole. It's a North Pole, South Pole,
it's a different pole. Other side of the world, mate.
Yes, the pole goes from one end to the other, like in the middle of the Earth.
So it just sends it through the middle of the Earth.
It's a pole, like the TARDIS just sends it through and you're done. As long as it's on Earth, I feel like it should be okay.
So it translates everyone on Earth.
Yeah, probably. Duran Duran's lyrics, "Hungry Like the Wolf," are the same lyrics, which I don't know if that would happen with another song. Do they change lyrics for different languages, or is it just the same?
Oh, this is we need a Doctor Who consultant here.
I don't know if it is. song lyrics don't change. Like songs don't do like different. I know David Bowie did like a German version of Heroes, but I think that's because like he just wanted to.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey.
Yeah. So the fucking professor was going like, Duran Duran, hungry like the wolf. I'm hungry like the wolf.
I love when Clara's like talking about her going out on a hen's night and stuff. And he's like... Karaoke.
You speak wonderful Russian, my dear, but you make no sense. That's a great line.
So when Ice Warrior fucks off to his own species, got the cool spaceship. I thought that was kind of cool. Wasn't really like Ice Warrior aesthetic, which was
classic,
weird.
I was going to say, is that classic aesthetic?
Maybe. But like I said, I've not seen them.
Who knows?
And then there's like, I think there was a really cool tense moment where they're like, he could blow us up if he wanted to.
I like that.
Or not. I thought that was cool. Cool bit.
Yeah, it's cool, yeah. It's good, yeah. I like that as well. I feel like it's like a bit of a humanity in this Ice Warrior. He's not human, he's a Martian.
He is. That's true about Ice Warriors. They're not human. They are Martians. Yeah, cool. So you think it wrapped up fine?
I did. I like the ending.
Just that fucking CGI head, man.
Yeah, that CGI head's a bit funny, and I don't know why. Just because the Ice Warriors, I don't know why the Ice Warrior didn't. Is like trying to send out like a message to his like brothers and sisters and stuff. And I get why the Ice Warrior would go crazy because there's like none of his family left. But why it didn't pick up on the signal of the ship, but they got it? I don't know. Really?
Don't question it.
What a massive plot hole.
Do you like...
Don't question a massive plot hole.
Do you like... There's a classic meme from Smith that I think we used to use all the time. I feel like Mitch Pollard used to love it or something.
Oh, Mitch Pollard.
Our old mate. When they're on the top of the submarine and the doctor like says something and then Kara bullies him and he goes... or something.
Yeah, the Davos like laughs. He's like, "Can you give us a trip to the South Pole?" And he's like, and he's like, "I like that. That's funny."
That is funny. Yeah, that is funny.
Oh, Mitch, we send our love to you.
And that stuff worked. It was pretty effective. Hey, like even though obviously it wasn't shot on like location, they clearly just
You're telling me it's not actually shot.
They just went out to the fucking backyard of Cardiff.
Was it shot at the North Pole? Not. Don't lie to me.
I'll have to wait for behind the scenes for that one, Connor.
Whee!
No, but like...
Shoot that one scene in the Pole. It wasn't shot on a submarine on the water.
No, the outside. What? Well, shut up.
Bro, what?
You're telling me they didn't let a bunch of water into the submarine?
Yeah. Matt's like, we really risked our lives from this episode, so you better like it. It's like Tom Cruise or something, like risking his life to do all these like.
All the stunts were done real.
Yeah, literally.
They're actually inside the submarine and they're smacking it into.
We could have died any second, which made the scenes more intense.
Just gave it a lot of stuff to work with,
When we were yelling at each other, that wasn't scripted.
Moffat, pull us up! Moffat's there just with like a descend button, just plunking them further and further.
Literally, when I was a kid, I used to think they would film on a submarine. I had no idea.
Yeah, but like stuff like that does happen sometimes. But they don't. It wouldn't actually put it underwater though. No. Like it would be like a submarine. Like,
when I was a kid, I would think that though. I'd be like, they're actually on the water, like they're actually filming.
That's cool. Never thought that.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I was clearly a more intellectual child.
Yeah, I guess so.
The end.
The end.
Oh, is it? Well, that's the end of the episode, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's hard. I kind of wish there was an episode we could dive more into, I guess. But that's kind of all. That's kind of it.
They are all a bit basic, these ones at the moment.
Yeah,
which I like, to be honest.
Yeah, you got that right. In a good way, I think, though.
I know. There's two things that I think. Well, actually, I read Mark Gatiss was kind of aiming for with this episode. Was one. He loves the era of the Cold War. That was so interesting to him. So he wanted to do like a homage to that. He also wanted the episode to be a bit of a homage to, to Base Under Siege stories.
Yes,
so
quite literally.
It is. It's very Base
eggnog,
Under Siege.
I think, folks. That's an eggnog a bit.
Would you like to have my eggnog?
Yeah, sure.
I am forcing it down. I'll have one more sip.
Is it a bit? I'll have it. Is it a bit? Cheese curdles under heat or something, like milk curdles under cheese.
It's fine.
Thank you. This is what happened last year.
That's actually not too bad. There he goes. It's not as strong as I remember it. Unless I think because I had some of that, maybe I don't know.
Do you like the ginger Joe's?
I'm loving this actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually really good. It's really nice. I do like that.
It's very scrumptious.
You're welcome.
Any Christmas topics that you would like to throw out as Connor?
That's a great question, Aiden.
Yeah, just throw you on the spot here.
Well, I want to know your top 3 pieces of Christmas media.
Oh, fuck.
And because it's a Doctor Who podcast, I feel like we've already spoken about our favourite Doctor Who Christmas episodes, so you can't use Doctor Who.
Okay, yep, no, that's fair.
So I feel like I would hit so many Doctor Who Christmas specials. Like,
yeah, hit them up.
We already know that mine's like Christmas Invasion, fucking Christmas Carol, all that kind of shit.
Me, I can kind of watch any of the Doctor Who ones. Like I did...
Any of them?
I already watched Voyage and End of Time for this Christmas already.
That's right, yeah. That's it. You were watching like End of Time at like 1:30 a.m.
Dude, I finished
Sunday.
it at 3 a.m.
Was it Sunday or something like that? Saturday? Sunday?
I think it was a Saturday night.
I was like, what the fuck is going on?
I was just drinking whiskey by myself, and it had gone midnight. And actually, Nick was asleep next to me, and it had gone midnight, and I was like...
You just started crying.
It's a good time to put on 2.5 hours of Doctor Who.
You just sat with your whiskey. Like.
By the time I'd paused it a few times to go fill up my whiskey and stuff...
I love it. That's fantastic.
I finished it, and it was, like 3 a.m.
Wow, so you watched part 1 and 2?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my God.
And actually, it stopped. It literally, David Tennant goes, I'm going to get my reward. And then Stan, the streaming service, comes up saying, error, cannot load media anymore. And I was like, fuck. So I just watched the last 15 minutes in the morning. But
that's when you would have definitely cried.
Yeah, in the morning. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. All right, top 3 Christmas media. Good question. I'd have to say, there wouldn't be in any particular order because I'm just doing this on the spot. But one of them would definitely have to be the Ted Lasso Christmas special. Even though I've only watched it once, I'm going to watch it in the next 4 days in the lead up to Christmas. And definitely that just like struck a chord with me. It made me feel Christmassy in like August, whenever it was I watched it. It made me feel Christmassy even then. So that's really cool. I'm all about that shit. Oh, fuck. What else is there? You list one of yours. I need to think.
Okay. I will start with an obvious one for me. Home Alone is my favorite Christmas movie.
Yep.
Directed by Christopher Columbus, written by John Hughes, scored by the brilliant John Williams. I actually saw it live in concert with the actual orchestra playing to John Williams' score, which is so beautiful. I love it. Dude, Joe Pesci, Daniel Stern, fucking Macaulay Culkin. It's perfect. To me, it's such a great Christmas movie. There's so many things in it as well I love that like they would just never do in kids' movies these days. I know you're probably about to watch this, I won't say anything, but like, there's just, you'll know when you see it.
Yeah, okay.
Like, they even say like shit in it, and I'm just like, okay, even that's like something they just never would happen in like a G movie.
Yeah.
So I just love it for so many reasons. I think it's perfect. Second one is not as good, but I still watch it every Christmas. I love it. And I remember watching it as a kid and wishing I was Kevin McAllister being left alone by myself and defending my house against robbers.
That's funny though, because when me and Connor were younger, we always came up with like little ideas for like YouTube like series that we'd film for YouTube and stuff like that.
No. Right? Yes, I know what you're talking about.
And so many of those ideas from Connor's end would always originate on like us being home alone at your house and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's so interesting that maybe stems from your love for that movie.
I still have like script like on my fucking computer from this thing where like we get locked in my room.
Yeah.
And to be fair, you actually generally can get locked in my room from the outside because there's a lock that locks from the outside. Just, I won't say what business my mom does, but you can actually lock my door from the outside. So my idea was that happened. And we literally get locked in with just like you, me, and it was going to be like Dan and another one of our friends who I won't name in case he doesn't want to be named. But I remember writing that Christmas script around that idea. And yeah, it's true. I love that idea. And if I ever do like a TV show, I want to utilize that idea. I love that idea, and we also did that weird script idea. We did like a 6-episode like series where we were all going to be like YouTubers, and we all like, remember we did that?
Yeah.
And one episode that I was going to do had that idea.
Yeah, it was going to be locked in the bedroom.
It was going to be locked in the bedroom.
Kinky.
Hey.
Strange man in my bedroom.
But, that... You're right. Yeah, that is
I'm always right.
Inspired a lot of stuff.
Kidding. Okay.
No.
Honestly, I don't do a lot of Christmas media. It's not... I don't throw on a bunch of Christmas shit. I got really into Christmas music last year. But other than that, I don't like have a set list of movies that I go through every Christmas. That being said, a movie that... I don't know if I watched it last year or the year before for the first time, that I instantly fell in love with, and I watched it this year at Rooftop Movies with Nicole. That's in the city, in Perth City, they have like a rooftop on the top of a skyscraper. It's not a skyscraper, it's a car park, so it's like 7 floors up, and then
me and Kim are doing that Breakfast Club.
Oh, really?
In
Cool.
Feb, yeah.
And yeah, the top floor of this car park, they've just turned into like an outdoor theater. So you're just like up high in the city with skyscrapers all around you, and then a massive screen. And there's like the outside air, the outside noises linger in, and it's just kind of a nice experience. And you're on beanbags watching it. You're outside. It's lovely. Nice summer night. Yeah, there's literally a bar. There's a burger joint right like up there as well that you can go by and take them in. And there's popcorn, ice cream, all your standard movie things, and then some.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
It's really cool, dude. It's good as well because it's like my favorite auditoriums to go and watch like music shows at, concerts. Is what I was trying to say. Are those that you don't have to go outside of like the main venue. You know, like the Perth Arena.
Yeah.
You got to go out the doors and you go and buy more drinks out there.
Yeah.
And you kind of lose the concert when you're out there.
Yeah, because you just like you can't. Yeah, you literally have to be in the auditorium to like watch things. You have to go out.
But what I love is like Red Hill Auditorium is a auditorium off just in the Perth Hills. And a lot of like smaller
That's where
like Wombats played there last time they were here, and that was awesome because that was great. And like rooftop movies,
I'm on it.
It's like you're there in the space, but if you want to go get a drink, you just turn around and you walk a little bit, but it's all just open plan. So you can still be listening to the movie.
Yeah, I hate
and stuff
that. I don't like that. Hey, that's so annoying when you can't do that. Yeah, because we had that with Home Alone. Like if you wanted to go get a drink, like, it was so freaking annoying to like run out intermission and run back in, and you would miss the movie if you weren't in there. Yeah.
So what that movie was that I saw, that was a big tangent, was Love Actually, which I've become a very big Richard Curtis fan.
Dude, I forgot that he wrote and directed that.
Yeah.
Because I saw that in concert as well.
Wow, yeah, there you go.
After I saw Home Alone concert, I saw that as well. When Richard Curtis came, I literally in the mission texted Xavier from the show and went, I fucking forgot. After he came on the show and made such a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I forgot that he wrote and directed this.
Dude, 3 of my favorite movies, and they're probably all definitely in like maybe top 15, maybe even top 10.
Yeah.
Love Actually, Yesterday, and About Time. About Time's definitely in my top 10, maybe even top 5.
I haven't seen About Time yet.
That one I watched this year and I watched twice, and I just loved it. I love what it's about. And I think it's so much fun. Yesterday has got a few problems, but I just think if you overlook it and you just go in for a fun time, Yesterday, I think I really like it, and I'm a big Beatles fan, so just hearing that music.
All your troubles seem so
far away. Yeah, so Love Actually, that's my next one. I just think it's so Christmassy, it's so feel good. The kid from Human Nature Family of Blood's in it, and he's hilarious. You know when he's on the drums?
He is,
at the end, and you know he's like. He's smiling, and then all of a sudden the girl like smiles at another guy. She's like, "All I want for Christmas
you, and then you, and you, and you."
And he's getting like progressively more angry as she points. And he's like 10, and he's so good at it. It's so funny.
I forgot how great that movie was.
Dude, it's brilliant.
It really is fucking good. I remember like booking that being like, oh, she'll love it. I might kind of cringe because I hadn't watched it in years. I fucking loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
Question: did they play All I Want for Christmas Is You, like the orchestra? Or
yeah, so Wasso didn't play with the Christmas music. They only played with the score. But the Perth Symphony Orchestra was at PSO. PSO did play.
Interesting.
Literally, they actually asked the conductor, it's like, what's your favourite piece? But it's like, it's a real guilty pleasure of mine to play All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Really?
And I was like, that's pretty funny. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oh, it was beautiful. It was fantastic. And the score was, I remember like booking it and being like, I never remember the score.
Yeah.
But I thought the score was lovely.
No, it's got
hearing
a great
all
little
the music.
theme.
Yeah. I thought it was fantastic, actually. I had such a great time.
And I like that it's just, the theme is so basic. The theme is just like literally love. And it's not all good, you know? It's like 9 out of 10 of the plot lines wrap up nicely. And then there's bloody Snape, what's he called?
Yeah, Alan Rickman. Yeah, that is
his
very sad.
Obviously doesn't end.
Yeah,
doesn't end well, but it's a realistic depiction of not all love is gonna work out.
I just think that a lot of movies try to do what Love Actually did and fail miserably at it because like it's such a. I feel like it's so like easy to do like different storylines, but like it's not like that. It was so difficult, and the way it all kind of connects, is like really.
Because everyone like slightly knows one of the people. Yeah, like, they all slightly connect in a really unforced way.
Even when like fucking like Hugh Grant like knocks on the door.
Yeah,
and it's like the receptionist, and I'm like, that's fucking hilarious. Like,
yeah, dude, it's
like no, she's next door. It's like it's so great. Like it's.
And
I thought it was
naked
great.
Martin Freeman and the chick from Gavin and Stacey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joanna Page, yeah.
Yeah, that's so funny. I forgot that was in the movie.
Yeah. It's such a great movie. I love it. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, really, really good. Definitely my favorite Christmas movie.
For my second one, I'm going to give a good shout to the movie Elf. I love Elf.
Fuck Elf, man.
I love Elf.
No, fuck that.
Are you serious?
I watched it once and was like, not for me.
Elf is great. I think
hate
it's fantastic.
Fucking Will Ferrell, is that his name?
I don't like Will Ferrell very much.
Hate that guy. Well, he's the Elf. Did you know that?
I fucking love this movie. And it's directed by Jon Favreau, which I find hilarious.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
And I think it's funny as how like they actually didn't have much of a budget, so they had to like go and film in New York and like get actual like reactions from the people in the street.
That is fun. But like there was a scene where he was like breakdancing on a table.
Oh, I love that.
And that was the one scene where I actually was like kind of funny.
It's funny.
But like any other bits of the humor in the film, I was like,
to be fair,
I can't.
You gotta give me a little bit of a break because, like, I kind of fucking spun this question on you, and I don't even know the answers myself. These are the only ones that came to my head at the time.
Fuck Elf.
I fucking watched it this year. I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. Okay. But I feel like my first one and my third one have a lot of meaning to me. I couldn't think of anything else, and I just watched it this year. So I'm sure if I went home and thought about it, I could think of something a bit better.
Okay.
But it's hard. Like you said, there's so many other Christmas songs you could think of.
Well, we'll probably finish this, and then I'll think of like a Christmas movie I love.
Yeah,
you know.
I think It's Wonderful Life is 10 times better than my dad's favorite Christmas movie, which I've never watched. I'm sure that's fantastic, but you know, so Elf is great. I don't know why you're saying that.
My next piece,
your final piece, go on. You gotta be good. You gotta be good. It's gotta be good.
It's one I don't love it as what it is, but I love this that it's a Christmas. That is Christmas. Is Spider-Man Miles Morales?
It's Elf.
Spider-Man Miles Morales, the PS4 game that came out last year / PS5.
You played that?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I haven't finished all the side missions because gets a bit repetitive. And that's what I mean. I don't think the game is anywhere near as good as the first Spider-Man PS4
Peter
game.
Parker goes on holiday and he has to look after New York City.
Yeah, yep. That's fine. But like playing, like, you know, swinging around at Christmas in New York. Christmas in New York just looks beautiful.
Elf's, you know, set in New York.
Yeah, but it's shit because it's got this fucking buffet of a man walking around the whole time. Yeah. But Spider-Man Miles Morales, you know, you go into his apartment and it's got Christmas decorations everywhere. There's Christmas music playing, stringing through the streets. It's all snowy. You've got Rockefeller Plaza's got the big tree in it. Mm-hmm. It's got like all of them big New York hits. Is awesome. And it looks really nice. It's a real good looking game with that aesthetic, with that Christmas.
Did it get released at Christmas?
Yeah, it got released in like November or something.
Okay.
And I think I got it for I think I got it for my birthday, which is on the 9th of December. So that was like perfect time for me to start playing it for Christmas.
I've heard that PS4 Spider-Man game is like fucking perfect.
Yeah, like the first one.
And I've never.
I believe this Miles Morales one isn't a sequel. I think it's meant to be kind of like just to push you over between games because it's not that.
It's a bit like a Left Behind DLC kind of thing where it's not an actual game.
No, because it is really long. It definitely passes its own game, but it's the campaign's definitely shorter than the first one though. It's definitely not as strong. Like the end of the Spider-Man PS4 game, I'm like crying, and it's games that make you cry is so uncommon, you know. Yeah. But the end of Spider-Man PS4 is so good. But Miles Morales, I think they tried to do that a bit, but it just. I was playing the final battle, and I was like, "This is the final battle, isn't it?" And I didn't feel like we'd built to there yet, but I could just tell from like the gameplay. You can tell when you're in sort of the final skirmish. But I think because all the mechanics are exactly the same, it doesn't really bring anything new to the table. I don't think it's meant to be a sequel. I think it's meant to be just like a little between game. You know, they're using everything the same like software and shit like that. Okay. Whereas I think this next one that they're doing, I think you get to play as both of the Spider-Man or something.
It's the Venom one, isn't it?
Yeah. And so I think they're shaking up the gameplay with that, and so I think that's getting pushed a bit more.
Is it the exact same map as well, just Christmassy?
Yeah. Everything about it is like exactly the same.
Just like snow's falling.
Yeah. And it all looks pretty. And like they've added things like Christmas decorations everywhere and stuff like that. Yeah. So they have like slightly remodeled stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be interested to see. I'd hope that maybe they somehow add a new layer for the next Spider-Man game. Like I don't know how, because I don't want them to take us around Europe or something on it. But like just adding some form of new environment that you can play in a little bit. I don't know how they do that.
I'm sure they will.
Maybe I don't know. Just need something else. Yeah. What's your last one?
Finally, I would say, and I actually watched this last night with my girlfriend. I wanted to show her it. Simpsons, you would know, is a fucking great show. You just hate fucking everything I said this time.
Dude, I just think you have bad opinions.
Oh, wow.
That's it. All your opinions are wrong.
Simpsons is a fucking great show. But anyway, I can agree. I can watch the first 20 seasons. Even that's a bit of a thing that people don't like to say, but I can.
Controversial opinion.
This episode, I believe, is in season 25 or 24, so it's way past when I would watch. Anyway, the story about this is, and I think it's a really cool story, and I think you'll like this, even if you don't like the show. So back in the day when this season was about to go ahead, Fox said to the people who created it, like the Simpsons crew, that they wanted the show to end. So this is it. This is the final season.
Gasp.
So they wrote a script, a Christmas episode that was going to be the final episode of the show. But whilst the season was going ahead, like when they were making it and stuff, Fox was like, fuck it, we'll keep you going on. Obviously, it's on this like fucking 30-second season, which is ridiculous. I don't agree with that. But anyway, I look at this episode as the final episode because it was written to be like that. And in the show, it actually shows like Bart and Lisa growing up with their own children and how like Marge and Homer interact with being like grandparents.
Yeah.
And it's a fucking great episode. It's really lovely. And it's so rare to find an episode that late into the season that's good, if not great. And I watch every Christmas, and I think it's great. It's called I think Christmas is a Future Past, I think it's called. It's on Disney Plus. Honestly, if you're a fan of Simpsons and you don't like later seasons, that episode is fantastic. And in my mind, I used to say the movies in my head canon where it ends, but I would say in my head canon this is where it ends. I mean, they have to eventually end it one day. I don't think it'd be as good as what they did with this episode, but yeah, it's so rare to find an episode that's good in the later seasons. So to find one that's really great is just hard.
Interesting. I think for me, a very broad answer to that question as well is just any like British Christmas specials, because they're all like got something great about
the Office Christmas special UK is so great.
Yeah, little things like that.
I should have said that instead of Elf. I didn't think. See, I like Elf, but it's not my favorite piece of media. I just didn't. You don't have time to think, really.
Yeah, but a lot of like older shows, like Only Fools and Horses, Father Ted, I'm pretty sure has a Christmas special. Like all those.
Oh, the Gavin and Stacey Christmas specials, I love. See, I didn't think.
Yeah, I've not watched the newest one. That's one thing I want to watch this Christmas because it's finally been out on Australia's streaming services.
That's correct. Yeah.
So
I didn't think of that stuff.
Yeah, but all of those ones, even like as a kid, I loved Mrs. Brown's Boys. I know it's not meant to be as good now. I don't think, and like everyone looks down on it now a bit for some reason. I think because the humor's very silly.
Yeah, why is that? Crude. Everyone kind of hates it now.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I've not watched it in like 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
So I can't recall. But like watching those Christmas specials, I used to love. So any like British media that has good Christmas specials, I think is a vibe. Hello, I'm Mrs. Brown.
Is that how it goes?
Yep. Start of every episode. Man, you're smashing through drinks. I'm very slow. I've noticed this. I'm always very slow compared to you. I talk too much and don't drink.
Well, number one, it's okay. You don't have to feel bad about that because it's not a good thing. Second of all, well, I kind of am still at work, but kind of not. Kind of am. Kind of not.
Yeah.
I do have work tomorrow, but it's like a half day. So
Connor's letting loose. Cheers.
Fucking cheers.
Yeah.
Christmas begins, baby.
Yeah, baby. You know what else begins? Australia's second favourite segment. It's time for Behind the Scenes. It's the music's playing, but we don't know. Because it'll be out of time if we sing along with it. Dun-dun-dun! Hopefully that syncs up. Okay, so Behind the Scenes is the segment where we talk about the behind the scenes facts. I already spoiled half of them talking with Connor before. But anyways, so behind the scenes on this episode. This is the first Ice Warriors story since 1974. The outer shell of the submarine, you know, we were talking about it's a miniature.
Yeah.
It's actually like a real submarine though. Like it's based off of, like it's a replica of an actual submarine. Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
I love how they did that again. I think that's awesome. It's how they used to do it back in the day, and I love that.
Can I just say, it doesn't look like a miniature. Like it looks really good. It looks
great. Yeah, but they did that with with Hogwarts, didn't they?
Yeah,
and it looks great. Like
miniatures,
do it more
if you do it right. Can be really good.
Death Star.
Yeah, definitely would have been a miniature. Yeah, that's right.
Aiden's approved sticker.
Okay, so this is the first time since the late Fourth Doctor era. I believe it's... I can't remember what it's called. There's an episode.
Colin Baker.
Tom Baker.
Yep.
So this will be late 70s, maybe early 80s, probably late 70s. I've lost that sentence. Basically, since the late Tom Baker era, there's never been an episode where it's all men plus the companion.
Okay.
This is the first episode since the late Tom Baker episode where there has been only one female character.
Well, there's a line about that. Yes, Clara. It's a woman. Yeah. Get back to work.
Yeah, and it makes sense, obviously.
Because they'd be like, whoa.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yep.
And I'm glad they didn't try and just like fuck it off and be like,
soldiers.
No, there is a woman soldier here. Like they were faithful to the time, so I think that's fine. Like I said, big load of Crown cast in there. That's great, and they replaced the Lego hands of the Ice Warriors.
I love it.
Yeah, that was it for behind the scenes. Not an awful lot. Neither on Twitter either.
We broke down a lot of stuff whilst reviewing it, so
we did in fact. So
Twitter.
This next segment is where we like to know what you guys think over on Twitter and Instagram. So you can tweet at us or Instagram at us at 50Doctor your opinions and reviews of the episodes week by week. Episodes that aren't very loved don't get the most comments. Yeah. So I'm surprised this episode hasn't got many comments because I really liked it and I thought other people would too, but I guess not. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for Just Twitter Tings. Okay, so let's do it. Yeah, literally only one review over on Twitter.
What?
I cannot believe it, mate.
What?
I hope you're carrying the fort on Instagram. Do you have a few?
Yeah, more than last week, yeah.
Okay.
More than last week.
It's either the episode or...
Us.
Yeah.
It's probably a bit both, to be honest.
Literally the only thing, and this is the guy that always gives us good reviews, gives the shortest one ever. Our good friend, Dylan, has said, I have no thoughts on this episode that go beyond, it's fine. 5 out of 10. Merry Christmas.
I've been, love Dylan. Been talking quite a lot recently, and yeah, it's a shame it's his last review and it's in a sentence, but
he's great to
thank you for supporting the show all year. We love you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I've got a few, but not
thanks to everyone. Merry Christmas to everyone for supporting.
Yeah, sorry,
the show.
I don't just mean just Dylan. Yeah. Obviously, everybody. I didn't get one from lovely Miss Vinny this week, but that's okay, Vinny. We clearly see where you stand.
That's all right.
With us, we see how you stand.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got the I've got me classic archive because obviously I posted this like a day ago, which means it's gone off my story. But I did put my classic poll up saying, "Do you like Cold War?"
Yeah.
Yes, got 88%.
Wow.
No, got 12.
So it is okay. So it is on the better So it is us. People don't like us anymore. I
think it's just us, quite frankly.
That's fair.
It probably is.
I wouldn't like me either.
Save your friend of the show said, not Aussie enough. I don't know what that means. I think we made that comment about it not being cold here. I don't know. Inside joke? Dude, I don't know.
Sometimes Dave says stuff and I'm just
is it an inside joke even I don't get?
Yeah, it's just...
I don't know.
It's something that only he understands.
I don't get it, but hey.
Love that man. Love that man.
We do love Dave. And then Shane said not good. So
Shane's not happy with it.
Shane's not happy with it.
Wee.
And I got a couple more. I've got one person said, where is it? It's on the... I actually post like fucking votes and shit. Hang on a minute.
I actually promote the show on Instagram.
Anyway, this isn't. I thought I'm such a fucking sped. This isn't for fucking.
Someone's giving you a Rings of Akaton review.
2.
Oh no!
Love this episode. The Rings of Akaton is such an underrated episode and one of my favorites. So that's 2 different comments. Love this episode is 1. The other one's Rings of Akaton is such an underrated episode. Okay, why the fuck did I look at today and go, great, we got 2 more reviews?
So when no one spoke about Rings of Akaton last week, you actually had 2 right there.
So alright, I'm gonna come in for fucking Hyde or either the Daleks with tons of reviews for Cold War.
Alright, yeah. Let's do it. Come
on, Instagram.
Let's make Just Twitter Tings the segment later, like the episode later. We'll do Just Twitter Things for the previous segment.
Just bring in the old, it's like bringing in the old reviews of last week's episode.
So you don't have anything from Jacob this week?
Oh, fuck.
See, why aren't I handling this shit, Connor? God.
No, we do, Aiden. What are you talking about?
No, you did good. You did good, mate.
I didn't forget at all.
You didn't forget, Jacob.
Shit. Okay.
Poor Jacob's like listening at home.
I'm sorry.
Like, you're not gonna do my review.
I've had a few beers. Okay, I get forgetful.
That's fair.
Cold War.
That's about time for us both to have a sip at the same time.
This episode is good. Just a solid, entertaining episode. I agree. 7 out of 10. 3 questions.
3. Holy fuck! Sometimes I think he thinks he's a host.
So this is a hat trick for our 3 questions.
Yeah, that's right. All right, hit us up.
3 on 3. Okay.
Come on, Chief.
This question
we love that. Sorry, we do love the questions. By the way, they're a good little bit.
The question is, what's an Australian Christmas like? Do you want to start with that one?
I'd say
an Aussie Christmas.
No, well, it's hard to say in contrast to UK because I had 5 or 6 Christmases in the UK. I moved over when I was 6, so I don't really remember those ones. But I did go back for one Christmas in the UK like 2 or 3 years ago, like a year before COVID happened, I think. And from that understanding, for me, Christmas Day in Australia is a lot more like laid back. Because a lot of what I found in the UK, and this might just be the way my family does it, is it's a lot of like, you go to someone's house, you sit around, have a few cups of tea or a bit of
few Baileys.
A few Baileys.
Yep.
And then maybe you go to a restaurant for your Christmas dinner, or you get it cooked at home. But because it's the UK, it's very, you're just inside and you play a couple of board games.
God,
or
a
something
good
like
nuggets.
Whereas Australian Christmas, if you're lucky enough for it to be a great day, which is going to be this year, it's going to be 40 degrees on Christmas, 42 on Boxing Day, I think.
12 pints of Christmas coming in hot.
Woo! So you can either like go down to the beach or, I've got a great pool here. So we often go to the beach, but I think we're going to hang around the pool this Christmas. And it's like, hang around, get some sun. I think by like 9 a.m., because I'll wake up at my girlfriend's house this Christmas, and then by 9 I'll be back here. And usually when that happens, I've done it for like the last 4 years. They're already drinking some mimosas. Is that what they're called? When it's like champagne and orange juice?
Yeah, my parents got a Bucks Fizz.
Oh, interesting. But yeah, they've always got them ready to go.
I believe the word is mimosa,
Yeah. So by 9 a.m, I'm always drinking some mimosas already.
Down in one.
So it's like have a few drinks, open a couple of presents from like immediate family. And then a few more just slow beers, go down to the pool. We got a volleyball net, so we play a bit of volleyball in the pool. And then chill the fuck out for a bit. And then when my sister's boyfriend comes over, once he's done his family stuff, and like my girlfriend comes over, then we'll, open any presents that have to do with them. And then usually we, have our roast, start playing some games, and usually then we have a few close family friends come around to our house, play some games, but it's very outside. I think that's the difference. And obviously, because England's such a colder place, it makes sense that and they're in winter, we're in summer, that UK Christmas are very cozy and warm, where Australia, I think, is very like holiday and relaxing kind of vibe.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that was a long tangent, but I think I got there in that last sentence.
No, yeah, pretty much what you said. We're going to wake up this year. I mean, I never had a girlfriend, like I said, for, as Aiden said, I
couldn't get my dick
wet for Christmas.
Christmas.
So this year I do. So I'm going to wake up with her.
Get my dick wet.
And then I hope she doesn't watch this. And normally I would just wake up, have presents, go to the beach, and then go to one of my family friends' house, and then just normally go to the pub with my best mate Mitch. I remember last year for Christmas I was really hungover because the same place I'm DJing at this year on Christmas Eve, I went last year and they kept feeding me fucking shots of Jaeger.
Yeah.
And I woke up for an absolute shite. So hopefully it doesn't happen again this year. Joking, obviously. I would like it to happen again this year. But yeah, this year I'm going to wake up with my girlfriend, have presents, and then go to her parents' house, go to her uncle's Christmas party, come back, and then we're doing a massive, our first ever Christmas day at our house with the Christmas dinner. I'm also going to be fucking DJing that as well. And yeah, I've said if you and Nicole either want to pop in your head in just real quick if you want to,
Good
you
day.
can. If you don't want to, that's fine.
Good day,
I understand. But yeah, it's pretty much like that. The beach is normally a thing I do. I don't think I'll be doing the beach again for a while because, like I said, last year I was too hungover. I missed out on the beach. And this year I got my girlfriend's parents to go to. But
another big curveball that probably won't affect me that much, but it'll affect my girlfriend, Nicole, is her brother's wife is pregnant and the baby's due on Christmas Eve.
Oh my God.
So it's like No one knows what the fuck is happening, you know?
Wow.
And they're having, like, her mum's...
Uncle Aiden.
Uncle Aiden, that's me. Always wanted to be called Uncle.
I'm about to be called Uncle in February.
Uncle Boys.
Uncle Boys?
No, we're both like...
Oh, with the Uncle Boys.
Uncle Boys!
Yeah, what's her last name? Like, Uncle Boys?
Yeah, so... yeah, so...
Beers.
Nicole's mum, and she has two sisters.
Okay.
Nicole's mum has two sisters. And they rotate every year who hosts the big family Christmas.
Okay.
And it's fallen on Nick's mum the same day that her child... Well, the day after...
Might be having
a baby. So it's a bit like... Nick might have to run that entire Christmas
on those
event.
days, normally like a couple of days like before or after. Sometimes.
Well, yeah, you never know. You never really know.
Know. Yeah.
So who the fuck knows? But yeah, I might have a... Well, I will probably have touched a fucking baby by the time we do our next review, which I hate. I can't do fucking kids. Get that shit away from me.
Will you see my nephew?
If I come to your house and it's there, I'll say hi.
Okay. But never.
But I won't go out of my way.
Fuck. I'm sorry. We'll speed through these next two.
Yeah.
Do you have a roast dinner or a barbecue? I'd say both.
Both. I think because it might change depending on where you're from, but because I've got a very English family, we tend to have a roast dinner with turkey on Christmas Day. And then on Boxing Day, we tend to have like a barbecue.
Pretty much the exact same. Yeah. Next question and last question is it strange that you have weather it's nice and warm? Yeah. The one thing that I wish I could alternate. And like one year I have big relaxed Australian Christmas, and then I have a nice cozy family Christmas. I'd love to have that mix, but I don't. Boo fucking who. Boo hoo.
Boo hoo. But the number one thing that I miss, and it's such a small thing, I should say two. One of them is family, of course. All my family, other than my immediate family of my mum, dad, and sister, they all live in the UK, so I don't get to see them at Christmas, and I see them like once a decade. So that's lovely. I don't know what having cousins is like, but that was a grim tangent.
So sorry, I was on my phone. I just had to text my mum your address, and I couldn't say on the show. Aiden,
what's your address?
Where do you live? So sorry, I wasn't texting.
No, that's fine. You just don't like me. But the other thing
so true.
Is, I don't know how you're wearing a jumper right now, but I've always...
The tip is not to wear anything under it.
Oh my god! Put it away!
My eyes!
But I've always wanted to do like a Christmas jumper, Christmas kind of thing, but I get hot so easily, and it pisses me off when I'm hot, so I could never mount a jumper like Connor does right now.
Nah, that's okay.
But that is a
fun.
vibe. Is a vibe.
It used to affect me more when I was still a British kid, but I don't give a fuck anymore. I do kind of miss that whole like crispy air, but you kind of get sick of it real quick.
Yeah, totally.
When I went back on like holidays, I was like, this is awesome for a week, and I'm like, this is fucking cold.
It's like you step out of the plane, you're like, whoa, you smell that British air. You step in, you like walk down into the airport, you're still a bit cold, then you step out of the airport to get into your taxi, and you're like, I hate it.
Yeah.
Take me back.
It's like it fucking hits you instantly. You're like, ugh.
Yeah. No, actually, yeah. I don't mind it either. I quite like that.
Awesome.
I don't think I could live in it. Maybe. I've always wanted to live in London for like 6 months or something.
Why not?
But
bit of a last night in Soho. 6 months in Soho.
All right. So yeah, special surprise. It's almost time, but we're gonna end the show on the special surprise, Connor.
Okay.
What will you rate Cold War out of 10?
I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
You giving it a 6? Damn.
Sorry.
I didn't think you were that mixed on it.
I thought it was fine. I thought it was okay.
Fuck you, bitch.
I thought it was okay. I'm pretty sure I said everything I liked about it. It was fine.
I'm gonna give... This is probably slightly overrated. For my rating's probably slightly higher than it should be. Mm-hmm. But I do really enjoy this episode. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Fucking hell.
I do think it's a good episode.
Oh my god.
Everyone else is fucking wrong, man.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking high.
Mm-hmm.
You're like Wiz Khalifa right now.
Always high, man.
Wow.
Always high.
That's crazy.
I love the episode, dude. I think it's a lot of fun.
8 episodes. 8 out of 10?
No, sorry. Just this once I meant 8 out of 20. That's a joke. I was being sarcastic.
What?
8 out of 10, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. 80%, babe. That's an A.
Wow. An A.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, man. Cold War. I bloody love it.
Fucking hell, that's a high score.
That's a high... I know. It probably does deserve more of a 7.5 from me.
You like it more than Bells of St. John?
I think it's a better episode than Bells of St. John because I think the plot's better.
Fair.
But because Bells of St. John doesn't have that plot, and that's why it gets stuck down at 7.5 a little bit.
Okay.
Fucking hell. One thing I did want to say about the episode, the score was really great, but there was 3 times where he recycled old score. That was so noticeable for me. Once there was a bit of score from Series 6 that was so obvious Series 6. It doesn't fit with the Series 7 type of score. That he reused a bunch of the Asylum of the Daleks music for a long part of the episode. And then he also used one other bit of music that has completely.
Dream Mario's just like
A Town Called Mercy. As the submarine's going up, it's like do 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 do.
Do you think it's just a bit lazy and he's like, I can reuse that?
I think it's the timing thing.
Okay.
I think it's like when he's pushed for time, he'll focus on making some good things for the main episode, and when they need a bit more,
reuse this here. This could fit this scene.
That's what I reckon.
Okay.
I reckon he'd rescore it all if he could. But like the main A Town Called Mercy ending theme is played as the submarine's being pulled up.
That's hilarious.
And it's just like it's so Western.
I did notice a few scores. I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Cool. Well, that's our Christmas episode. Other than our surprise, which we'll round the show out with. Guys, thanks so much for a lovely 2021.
Yeah, thank you.
We got to know more people this year. Doing Flux was great. It was great to have a bit more engagement with Flux, and definitely more people were listening by the looks of the ratings, which was really good. And filming has forced me and Connor to do this in person a lot more. But that's always a good thing.
It is.
Except when it's not.
We don't like each other.
But no, we always love it, and hopefully we'll keep pushing on through and deliver more content, maybe even more than just the podcast.
Yeah, we've been talking a little bit in the behind the scenes. Yeah, really excited for next year. I think we're going to keep smashing it more than we even are right now. I'm very excited. Yeah, baby. I think it's going to be awesome. I'm very excited for next year. Eve of the Daleks is coming up, so that's cool as well. Another new episode.
So 2nd of Jan will be when you'll hear from us next. So there's like an 8 or 9 day break now. Oh, even less than that.
But technically for us, we're looking at filming.
We'll be filming in that break.
So technically we haven't really stopped.
No, we won't stop filming.
I kind of like that though.
Yeah.
Non-stop. Baby.
Non-stop,
Non-stop.
Yeah. So next time you hear from us, it will be Eve of the Daleks. In one sentence, any predictions or any thoughts? Any thoughts for Eve?
Groundhog Day meets Doctor Who.
Oh, that was so succinct. I love it.
Thank you.
Mine is better be fucking good.
Yeah, I'm with that as well. Yeah, I'm keen. I'm actually excited. I think it looks pretty zit.
Flux, Chibnall obviously didn't stick the landing, but it shows that he can do good Doctor Who. The start was really good.
I think from trailer-wise, it looks really cool.
Dude, it looks awesome. The use of that song, I hope that gets used in the episode. I'd love that.
Classic New Year's song.
Yeah,
I love it, yeah.
And it looks nice and it looks fun. It looks a bit more festive, which I appreciate.
Yeah. Okay.
All about it.
Awesome.
Anyways, so surprise time, Connor.
What is this surprise you keep talking about?
It's a lovely surprise.
Do I look away or something?
Look away. Yeah, sure. Look that way for a second.
Alright.
So
I love surprises. So
I thought it would be a very nice way to end the show, end our Christmas show. I thought a nice little bit of music would be nice to end the Christmas show on. Right?
Okay.
And so reached out to friend of the show, Vinny. Right, last orders. I said, Vinny, if you would like to,
Vinny,
would you be keen to record a cover of a Christmas song or something? Right,
that's awesome.
Like just anything, And my head was like, Merry Christmas, everybody, or like all the like rocking around the Christmas tree, like just anything like that. And then she goes, song for 10, and I was like, fucking genius.
I love it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
have you watched this yet?
I skimmed through it a little bit.
Okay.
Because I literally got it as I was in the car with you.
I love it.
And so funny, you were like, nice cover. And I went, how does he know?
The cover.
How does he know?
The cover.
And I've made a bunch of references in this show to how much I love a good cover, particularly when we're talking about Song for 10.
I love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, follow Last Orders over on Twitter and Instagram. It's the girl you're about to hear from, our good friend, Vinny.
I love it.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Well, I woke up today and the world seemed a restless place. It could have been that way for me.
I love it.
And I wandered around and I thought of your face, that Christmas looking back at me. I wish today was just like every other day. 'Cause today has been the best day. Everything I ever dreamed. And I started to walk. Pretty soon I will run. And I'll come running back to you. 'Cause I follow my star, and that's what you are. I've had a merry time with you. I wish today was just like every other day.
I love it.
'Cause today has been the best day. Everything I ever dreamed. So have a good life and do it for me. Make me so proud like you want me to be. Wherever you are, I'm thinking of you. Oceans apart, I want you to know. Well, I woke up today, and you're on the other side. Our time will never come again. But if you can still dream, close your eyes and we'll see. You'll see me now and then. Ooh, I wish today was just like every other day. 'Cause today has been the best day. Everything I ever dreamed.
Hey!
Woo!
Christmas, guys.
Thanks, Vinny.
Wow!
Round of applause for Vinny.
Thank
Love
you
it.
so much.
So good,
what
man.
a great surprise.
Such a talent. Follow Last Orders
Wow.
over on Twitter and Instagram.
Wow, I loved it.
For me and Connor, another year of the show. John and Dustin. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at 50Doctor.
Let's
And we'll
go.
see you in the new year
Woo!
with Eve of the Daleks. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Woo.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas.
boy.
We love you lots. We'll see you on January 2nd.
That's the date.
Let's go.
Woo!
50% podcast.